Do you obsessively replay past events over and over again in your head, whether it was a conversation or maybe an event that you had to speak, or maybe you got put on the spot, and as the hours go by, you are still replaying those past events. Then the hours go by, and before you know it, it's days after, and your mind won't shut off. It keeps replaying and replaying what happened. Well, in this video, I want to talk about how to overcome this obsessive replay, because it is one of the most overwhelming and discouraging symptoms of social anxiety disorder. So I want to talk about how you can overcome this obsessive replay, gain your presence back, and get control back over your mind. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruben, and I used to suffer from social anxiety disorder, and I was able to overcome it a few years ago, and now I help other men overcome it as well. Now, going back to this obsessive replay, this constant ruminating of past events and things that happened, things you said in conversations, things that other people said, I want to talk about how to overcome this, because this can literally take years off of your life. And I used to really struggle with this one. I wish I could just shut my mind off sometimes, but I had absolutely no control over my mind, obsessively replaying these past events that happened. And I can think of one time in particular, not even one time, but just kind of a trend that used to happen in my life. When I would talk to authority figures, right? I would talk to authority figures, and so we'd be talking about work or whatever. It would lead into something more personal, that type of thing. And I was already perfectionistic, super perfectionistic, and I would be constantly censoring. Like, it was something in the back of my head, censoring every little thing that I would say. But obviously, as the conversation going, you get more free. You can say things, or you can see opportunities to be a little bit more comfortable, and then you say things, and it would always come out the wrong way, according to me at the time, according to my head, according to my thoughts. Something will come out the wrong way, and I would just have this sort of deep sense of shame just set in, and it would be like the voice would say, like, why did you say that? That was just so stupid. Why did you say that? How the hell did that come out of your mouth? That type of thing. Now, if you want to read more about my story, what I did is I wrote an ebook, and it talks about everything that I struggled with, everything I went through when it comes to social anxiety disorder. And what I'll do is I'll link it below the video. You can download that for free and have a read through that, because it'll really help you understand what you need to do, what you need to unlock, like what's underneath driving these obsessive replayed thoughts in your head. And so what you need to unlock, and then what you need to heal to overcome this for good. So you can download that for free and have a read through that. Now, how do you overcome the obsessive replay? The obsessive replay of past thoughts in the head. The key to this is understand the nature of your mind. When you have social anxiety disorder, there are a lot of parts of you that are frightened parts. They are driven by fear-based emotions, and they get triggered in different situations. Let's take it back to this conversation with authority figures, right? So, for example, I'm in the conversation with authority figures, and I say something I think is just completely stupid, embarrassing. Why did that come out of my mouth? What is getting triggered? Shame. The message internally is, I'm such an idiot, I'm stupid, I'm bad. So you get the picture, right? But let's take this away. After the conversation, what's taking place? The shame got triggered, but think about how uncomfortable that is to feel in your body. The way shame feels in someone's body is extremely painful. It's discomforting. It is anxiety provoking. No human being is built to have that shame flooding their system constantly. It is completely unnatural. So because it's so unnatural, when I walk away from that conversation and I'm just sitting in this shame, right? Just a big pool of shame flooding throughout my body, throughout my system. And then what do I need to do to move away from that pain towards pleasure? That's what our bodies, that's what our minds always do when you have social anxiety disorder. Always away from the pain because I don't want to feel this, towards something more pleasurable, right? And that's where you get that obsessive replay. So here's kind of how the direction moves in your system. It's, oh my God, I feel like such an idiot. Shame, shame, shame. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. Why do I always do this? I'm always going to be like this. I'm doomed. Shame. Bang. But it drives you towards, wow, I could have said this. I could have said that. Oh, next time I'm going to say this. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to learn all of these different things. I'm just going to have the perfect personality and be so smooth and graceful in conversations. Do you see how the obsessional thinking is distracting you away from what you're feeling down here? Always driving towards pleasure. And that's why the obsessive thoughts, they're there for hours. Because as long as that pain is there, as long as you're at risk for feeling it in your body, you're gonna constantly be flooded with these obsessive thoughts to distract you away from it. And that's why when you have social anxiety disorder, it can last for days. It can last for weeks even. And so your way out of this is to stay with the emotions down here, the pain, the discomfort, the panic, whatever you're experiencing, you have to stay here. Do not fall for the trap of obsessively replaying. That is the trap. The trap wants you to obsessively ruminate over what you said, try to fix it with these surface level techniques. Do not fall for the trap. Stay with the emotion. A lot of people, for example, it's like the popular thing to say these days, I have a fear of abandonment. I have a fear of abandonment. And to just use this type of language, or, yeah, because of my childhood, yeah, I have a lot of toxic shame. Yeah, I have a lot of toxic shame up here at the cognitive level. But do you really know? Are you really aware of what toxic shame feels like in your body? The way it burns your stomach, the way it burns in your face when it gets triggered up? Are you really aware of that? Are you really aware of how it makes you feel like you're shrinking, like you're small, right? Fear of abandonment. That's another one. It's not I have a fear of abandonment. Are you really aware of what fear of abandonment feels like in your body? It's like you're being pushed out at a distance. Like you're becoming a small dot. Like you're completely lost at sea. How painful that is to feel in your body, that fear of abandonment. So now you can see, because it's so painful, so terrifying to feel that, no wonder you want to run up into your head and obsessively replay things that just aren't rooted in reality. It's not truth, all right? So if this message resonates with you and you need a little bit more help, you want to be in a community with like-minded men, what you can do is join my private Facebook group. We got just a really great group of guys who are sharing honestly, sharing their experiences. They're not just telling each other to just man up. They're not just flooding our group with surface level advice and flooding it with articles from like Google. It is a high quality group. The quality of the conversations is deep, it's real, and it's a place where the men are healing. So I'll link that below the video. What you can do is join the private Facebook group. You're more than welcome to join, and we would love to have you in there. I'm in there as well, so you can ask me questions. You can have my guidance in there, and I can help you along more closely if you're in a group. So be sure to join the group. I'll link it below. Now, if you want a little bit more help, if you really resonate with the system that we do to release that obsessive replay, then what you can do is I've created a free training for you, and I'll also link that below the video. The free training goes over the system, the system that we use to go all the way from the symptom of social anxiety disorder all the way down past that fear to what's really triggering everything, what's really triggering those frightened parts to be active in certain situations, and how to release this, how to release this from your body so you're not getting activated in the same way. You're not getting triggered in the same way. All right, so be sure to check out the free training. It's gonna help you achieve some massive breakthroughs with your social anxiety disorders. So be sure to check that out, all right? Peace.